But fundamentally, I must tell you something. From where you guys started, what, three and a half years now? 4 years. 4 years, yeah, 4 years. Absolutely, 4 years. 4 years, some of you have been with the journey of these three. Some of you have been in the journey in the last 2 years, 1 year. I want to thank your parents. I want to thank your kids, if you have kids. I want to thank your grandparents, your in-laws. What you guys do cannot happen just by yourself. If you don't get that meal, if you don't get that support when you're down. So firstly, thank you, and thank each other, colleagues, his parents and their support system. Let's have that round of applause to start with. Because without them, we are nothing. Who are we? Who are we? We are LY. What is the definition of LY? There could be many. You guys do platform, you guys do consumer internet, you guys do experience, you guys do UX, UI, design, AVs, audio visuals, social media, you guys are doing so much. But the fundamentals of LY is experience at the core. If experience is at the core, then this is an experience. Genuinely. We are in a cricketing stroke, a football turf, turned out into an offsite with an organic stage, which makes it look far better than a Taj Lands End put up stage. This is phenomenal. That's experience. And Amit, Samir, Priyanka, unbelievable. I'll tell you what is aesthetics, why it's so important. There's a white backdrop, there's an LY logo, there's white and yellow marrying the backdrop. That could have been just a different backdrop. That was thought through. The white shirt you are wearing or the white dress the ladies who are wearing is thought through. You could have come out in a shorts. That was thought through. The fundamentals of every business is experience in today's day and age. Whether you are manufacturing food grain, whether you're manufacturing, that experience has become so important. Forget the consumer internet, that is all about experience, we all know. So who are we? We are fundamentally an experience company. We're not a software company. We are not a technology company. We are not a consumer internet company. If tomorrow we ask you to build the store of the future for a next generation retailer across the world, you guys have the brain power to believe that you're going to build a better store of the future like Farfetch has done. What is Farfetch? Farfetch, basically you walk into a room where it's completely mixed reality driven work. You're literally seeing, you're genuinely seeing the ashram of Amitabh Bachchan, but you can buy a shoe. That's experience. Make color fundamental DNA of your life. You go to mainland China, sit, follow the color palette of how they have laid it down. Follow the menu. If you were to design a Michelin star restaurant's menu card digitally, how would it be? So look every lens through the world of color. Unfortunately, God has given us that power. What has God given? The linearity of sight. This is the fundamental attribute of a design human being. All of us want to be designers, all of us don't have the privilege to be designers. You all have. Why do you select? Why is organized retail so big in the world? Why is everybody, if you follow, barring the color white in this room, which also has contrast, is wearing a different sort of a look? It aesthetically makes you move. How many colors of red are there? Those who are font champions. Endless, right? Now, when you're thinking of color in every part of life, contextualize it to the red of Netflix, to the red of Mama Earth, to the red of that red chair. What does it do? Why am I asking you to do this? You don't have to meditate when you follow color. You don't have to spend millions on yoga. Because what you're doing is you're observing all the time, including the most important part which people don't use is your peripheral vision. I can see Amit over here, right? I can see, this is my peripheral vision. I can see somebody over here clicking a picture. I can see it while talking to you, right? That's my peripheral vision. That gets opened up. Practice one simple thing in life. Shut down. 3 hours. 3 hours, shut down, sit in front of the window, and if you can, just look at the Mumbai smoggy, foggy, the sky which we can't see the stars. You focus on 15 minutes, the stars will start to appear. Because the clarity in your brain doesn't require a super telescope. What does it do? उसी 30 minutes में you will create the next content and the visual for tomorrow. It's yours. So one hashtag, follow in life, which I learn, and if I have to create the next multi-million, multi-billion dollar tech and I have to invent, I can't keep on downloading. I have to upload my thoughts as well. What happens when you read a book? What happens when you read the new Harry Potter? The history of Dumbledore. You close your eyes. Oh, the Dumbledore could have looked like that. Dumbledore couldn't have had beard. In your imagination, Dumbledore might not have had beard. But in your imagination, Harry might not be wearing specs. Great. It's your Harry. It's your Shiva from Brahmastra. It's trending, right? Close your eyes and think, what would your Brahmastra look like? 15 minutes, you will get the story instantaneously looking at the stars. Practiced, done and dusted. Looking and gazing at the stars, I have invented about 100 odd patents. Because you know why? The execution power is with your fingertips. The motor skills are driven by these super brains I'm sitting in front of. Idea koi down, idea dukaan mein nahi milega. Idea has also got shelved. It's merged with Vodafone. Idea will come when you think. When you think, it will have so many things. Close your eyes. If you look at this, if you close your eyes, a lot of thoughts will follow. That's 101 of meditation, right? A lot of thoughts will follow, and the black dot you will start to see in the middle of your eyes, it will slowly come down. That's 101 of yoga, right? No, keep your eyes open. When you're walking around, taking the rickshaw, walk around. Look at the problem state. Look at the color of India. When you're traveling, look at the color of India. There's no other country in the world which has got so much of color, by the way. Me being a British national, I'm more a patriot than a lot of other people. These 3 things, promise you will practice. I'll tell you why you need to. If tomorrow lemon yellow has to become the Landor of the world, if tomorrow lemon yellow has to win all WebP awards, ideas have to come from you guys. What are values? What are values? What are values in life? Just give me random hashtags. Quickly give me random hashtags from this side first. Go on, shout. Beliefs. Okay, values are beliefs. Hold that thought. What else? Principles that you live by. What are values? Hashtags? Ingrained in your DNA. Go, Spot, speak. Discipline. Great. From the back, or else I'll go and say you have to talk. Say something. That second last 4 of you, say something. What are values? Whatever is coming into your mind, any word. Dedication, great. Okay, this side. Ethics, great. This side. Culture. Go on, anybody, say anything. Great one. What else? Innovation. One more. Clarity, okay. Value systems are, what are the boys being taught? I'll come to the women. What are the boys being taught? Let's talk brute force, right? If you have a woman in the house, and if the boys are grown up, what are you told about the toilet? Put the seat down, clean it up because there's a woman in the house. Who taught you? Father, mother, grandfather, grandmom, nana, nani, bua. Women, quick one. You don't have to wear a sari. But why do you wear a sari? When you're in front of any goddess, any god. Value given to you by who? Parents, grandfather, grandmom, elders, people who are orphans, their ecosystem. If he's an orphan in a very filthily rich family or living in the chawls, the ecosystem will tell you when he's 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old. So what's happening is values are complete clarity is important. What is values? Values are given to us by our system if we are orphans. If I have got parents, some of us are very privileged and lucky to have parents. That's the only reason, that's the existence of our DNA, by the way. Now, values are given by my system, my ecosystem, my parents, my grandparents, my friends, mom and dad, when we are 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years old, when our consciousness is getting created, right? Now you grow up. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 30. You go to study by yourself. From the age of 14, 15, you're starting to know your own self. I used to run fast. I calculate maths quickly. I am actually a better painter than 20 of the kids sitting next to me. I have a better sense of dressing. I speak well. What happens? You get to know yourself more. And if you have lived by yourself, you got to know a lot more. You've realized, I can't cook the omelette. I cannot ever do a bhaji to save my life, burn it all the time. I never ever even, 20 times trial ke baad bhi, I've never ever been able to get the right texture of the cake I've been flaunting. What does that do to you? Your belief about yourself starts to grow. So somebody said belief is values. No. Values are simple things. Do's and don'ts of your life, the principal tenets or the principles of life you have inherited. You've inherited, you know, murdering someone is not great. That's a value, right? There's a do and don't. You just go and stab somebody. Right? America, questionable. Certain states. But when you are starting to grow, you're starting to get a belief about yourself. My work on Figma is pretty decent. I play around with Figma much better than anyone else. My Premiere attributes, using Adobe Premiere attributes, my FCP attributes are better than someone else. I'm getting good at it. I can front a client who's a multi-billion-dollar CTO, CEO, representing an organization. Wow, I had that meeting well. What does it do? There's no mom and dad around. There's no nana nani around. You're telling yourself in front of the mirror without you telling the mirror that you're getting good at it or you're getting bad at something. That's your belief system. You over-index that belief system more and more, you'll realize I have a never give up attitude. You don't have to go to Instagram for that. I am aesthetically better than a lot of the other people I talk and walk around or have a drink with. I actually am a decent orator. My stakeholder management skills are fantastic. Oh, by the way, I'm a great marathon runner. I've got a great stamina. That's your belief system. Value system, belief system. Have complete clarity. All of you will pivot like crazy. And this organization will pivot. Have you ever questioned back in the day, thousands and thousands of years back, why pyramids were made and how pyramids were made? Do you think an individual could have done it? Have you ever discussed how Machu Picchu, the Mayan civilization, have you ever discussed and seen and gone into history and seen the Harappa civilization? How when they excavate, just Google Earth, excavate, just mine the internet. How that was made? Wasn't made by one man. Couldn't have been. Humanly impossible. We are an average of 50 to 130 kgs, an average between 4 to 6 to 7 inches. Let's take the NBA cohort out, who are 7+, only a handful of people in the world. We are fundamentally 70 to 130 kgs and 4 to 6.5 feet tall. Is it humanly impossible to build anything? A country, a society, a complex, a parliament, a cricket team? Nothing in this world got ever built by any individual. Einstein invented it, but if it wasn't applied, what's the point of any of these inventions? I'll take your generation's hero. A banker starts PayPal, dilutes and exits from PayPal, goes to YouTube, learns how to build rockets through YouTube, a group of few, opens up a company called SpaceX, launches Falcon 9, which goes and travels to Mars and comes back and stands like that, without any human beings. Opens up another company called the Gigafactory. You know what he says? Today's generation's hero, right? I am just 1/1,000,000th percentile of what we are today in our organization. Tesla, SpaceX, Boring Company, Hyperloop, Gigafactory. Look at Tata's. 112 companies. From salt to steel, India's GDP is growing because of them. Is it because of one man? Is it because of Chandra? Is it because of Sauvik? No. The cohesion, the Big Bang Theory, right? The cohesion meets and the world gets formed. That also didn't happen by itself. It had to have multiple asteroids and multiple neurons and protons to collide. With all of us, we can build a phenomenal organization. With 10 of you, you can build a very phenomenal family. With 100 of you in your complex, you can build one of the most aspired complex. People would like to come and say, wow, hamare complex में so many problems, so many people are tearing each other apart. But we are all in together. The unison of the planet was never by being IC or an individual contributor. It was always as a team. So, nation first, organization second, team third, self last. It cannot be self first. What happens if that happens? Collectively, you will co-create wealth for each other in a lot of wealth. And of course, the three sitting here will augment that. Think co-creation of wealth. You make wealth creation with your creativity for a customer, your organization grows. That customer deploys that experience into a technology or a super app or a consumer internet or a store or a design, that organization grows. That organization's growth impacts the GDP of a country, that country grows. Everything is interconnected. It starts from every one of you. 7 billion people? 7 billion people? 7.6, 7 billion people? Lots of galaxies? Never invented an alien? All theories? Even if have invented, all classified? Okay? Dying? Every day, every hour, people are being born. Dying? Being born. The history of the world, when it be written, Barack Obama, Narendra Modi will be a footnote in the history books after 100 years. So the value of our life is zilch. But you know what I think? Our value of our life could be zilch, but the cloud economy has an imprint. 100 years later, your piece of work, your design aesthetics will be there on cloud. That Figma link, it will be there in an archive designed by you. Potentially, 200 years later, your grandson's grandson will invent that and say, that was my grandfather or my granddaughter. Today we can't. So in this value of life, cloud will become the bedrock of your designs, which will be there for 100 years. Delete नहीं होता है, archive होता है. Take a pledge. Make a significant impact around you as your team. Make a significant impact around your family. You walk in, everybody says, oh my God, he walked in. I want to listen to him. Oh my God, do you know that daughter of hers? Wow. Insta Reels can come later. Invent, then put it on Insta. The viral effect would be crazy because it was an original one. Why do you like Game of Thrones? Why do you like Mirzapur? पहले कभी बना नहीं है. Why do you like Brahmastra? Your generation likes. Why do we like? Even after Avengers are finished, why do you like Love and Thunder? Because the new stories have commenced. The new originals have commenced. New inventions are happening every day. It's done by people like you who built this planet.